I've been associated with the world of trapping since 1946.
People who harvest animals tend to live very lightly off the land. We should all be applauding that because we're not buying a hat or a pair of gloves that has been shipped from California or even Europe or China. You know, we're buying something that came right off of the Vermont landscape.
I feel that it is vitally important to be thoughtful and to not waste anything.
I work with fur, I have a leather business. My goal is to get people wearing fur because it's 100% organic, it's renewable, sustainable.
I can go down to this pond, arguably for the rest of my life, and I can get a beaver or two every year. I can get half a dozen muskrats out of there. It's a sustainable resource.
It's renewable and biodegradable.
Even little pieces of fur can just be composted. It's a natural substance and it will go back to the earth.
If we take a natural pelt from an animal or we take something like wool and we put it out into the environment, that is made with bonds and chemistry that fungi and bacteria are programmed to break down, recycle. Then those nutrients can be used by plants again, they grow back up, an animal eats that plant. It's all part of that cycle.
One of my biggest pet peeves is fake fur. You're taking petroleum and you're weaving it into a product that is mimicking one of the most renewable resources that we have.
Why would they want to put more of these chemicals back into the environment when we could utilize a renewable resource such as fur to make garments and clothing?
This idea of reducing your carbon footprint through reducing the amount of plastic that's in your clothing, the amount of PFAS in your clothing, the amount of fossil fuels associated with creating that clothing. Culturally, I feel like we're making a shift, and that's largely what has grown our business, New England Naturals, is people's interest in procuring those things. That food, the fur, all the different things that we can get from the natural world.
When my kids were small, it really helped our lifestyle growing up. Made school clothes for the kids and made a good Christmas.
The best presents my relatives ever receive are, beaver mittens or otter mittens or muskrat. That's just something that you can't really replace with the plastics that come from China. And these are durable and they're long lasting, and it's the kind of thing that is kind of a legacy, I think, that I'm passing on to my relatives.
For all our outdoorsman friends with little kids, I want to make little booties that keep their baby's feet extra warm. It's not wasteful. And I can actually use this fur for something that I know won't go to waste. And when the baby's big enough, it'll just become a tree ornament.
Who doesn't get cold hands and cold feet? Everyone does, especially in these northern climates. You take this piece of belly fur and you put it in your mittens or in your socks, it's a reusable hand warmer. This product is all about utilizing more and more and more of the beaver. Traditionally, it's just that kind of back that really gets turned into your garments, but now this outer edge, we have a product that can keep people's hands warm. And so we're trying to utilize as much of every single pelt as we possibly can.
People don't realize how many things trappers use off some of these animals, not just the fur.
We'll get the leather from the tail,
The castor glands, the oil glands.
When we're done with a beaver, we're utilizing about 80% of the live weight of that beaver.
They're some of the best products that we can have out there, and they last so much longer. So not only do we not have to use the chemicals to make one coat, they'll last longer than a lot of other materials do that you'll have to replace in a couple of years.
I'm wearing a wool sweater that I got at a thrift store. This thing is probably from the 50s, has deer hide hand stitched. This thing I've had for over 10 years now. Put it through some of the most rugged conditions. Still the same sweater. I get new these pants every 2 years. They're polyester.
I'm wearing my grandmother's mink coat. So my grandmother wore it, my mother wore it, and now I'm wearing it. What other coat could go through 3 generations of people and still be as perfect as the day it was purchased?
This fur, it's very tough, it's very, very durable. You have a pair of mittens that are made out of beaver. You're gonna wear them every single winter, and then your kids are gonna wear them every single winter. But when they're done, when those, lose, some of the fur rubs out after 80 years, When you're done with it, it doesn't rot in a landfill. You know, it's biodegradable. This product, we have microbes in our forest that can biodegrade this product. It's also gorgeous. I mean, I think a mink coat is beautiful. I think a pair of beaver mittens is beautiful. A coyote hat, it's gorgeous.
You're absolutely beautiful. I will use every bit of you that I can to stay warm.
Fur is a far more suitable material for keeping warm than polyester.
Right now it's 5 degrees on the trap line, and this is the high for today. I'm sweating right now because I'm wearing fur. And fur is made to, it captures heat and it doesn't let it go. There's a reason that when you look around the world at all these really cold climates, everyone's wearing fur, because that's what works.
The Winter Olympics, when they're on the ski slopes and the camera pans out over the crowd and you see all these fur coats in the crowd, and those people are just standing there like this, you know, enjoying the day, and everyone else is all crunched up, you know, and it's awesome to see.